In the second part, I propose to open the forum to questions, comments, observations from the floor, from the audience. But as I mentioned before, whatever you say, you must keep it short, succinct, to the point. You may ask your question in English, Cantonese, or Putonghua. I would ask that when you make a comment, question, or observation, you first identify yourself and that you address whatever you're going to say to me, and then I will direct the question to a member of the panel. We have about 55 minutes for this. We will conclude this round of questioning promptly at 4:20, and then there will be some concluding remarks. I should also point out that Professor Albert Chen, has a teaching engagement at 4:30, so he apologizes if he has to be excused at 4:15. It doesn't mean that he's walking out in a huff. He's simply going to meet his teaching commitments. So I would like to invite questions, observations, comments from the audience. Margaret Ng.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. A lot of emphasis has been placed on respecting the court order. And I think that there is another part to it. As lawyers, our job is not only to urge people to respect an order of the court, but also to make that order of the court worthy of respect. Of course, disobeying a law is a more local thing than disobeying a court order, because when you have a court order, disobeying a court order is to challenge the process of adjudication, and that of course is a deeper level. But if that cause of resolution is itself powerful, but at the same time not fair, then you have a more serious problem of the rule of law. So I think that this is the aspect of the question at the moment which has not yet received sufficient discussion. Eric had just talked about the injunctions. And we have to look at, if an injunction is hastily given and is on totally wrong basis, and we are here to urge everybody to obey it at once, and if subsequently we find that there is no basis for such an injunction, then that must mean that the rule of law will somehow be tarnished. So I think at this point it is very important that the community also learns about the process of going to court, of putting reasons for and against, and of a court which is capable of looking at these reasons and the process fairly and in a manner which is worthy of the administration of justice. That has not been discussed.
Thank you very much. But I remind you of the protocol. First, introduce yourself. Could I perhaps invite, I think everyone knows who you are.
Because, Mr. Chairman, you've mentioned my name, I didn't want to. You have already mentioned my name, so I didn't think that I ought to challenge you.
I invite Johannes to respond to that.